Jake Paul finds himself on edge as Mike Tyson in peak shape, readies to prove he's still a force to be reckoned with in the ring. Mike Tyson shared a philosophical outlook on his upcoming fight with Jake Paul, expressing a belief that the matchup was written or destined. He conveyed a calm readiness, prepared without resorting to trash talk. Tyson issued a stern warning to Paul, asserting his confidence in defeating the Disney Kid.
Do you think you'd be fighting again at age 57?
Hey, listen, it was written. That's all I know is written. Millions of years before my bloodline was existing. It's written, brother. And what do you think?
I think you look in pretty good shape. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
I wonder how you feel now compared to when you were fighting.
I feel I don't have to call people bad names. I feel really happy. It's gonna be a good thing.
And as a fighter, where are you?
Who, me? I'll be better by the time of the fight.
In your head. Are you the fighter that you were when you were the youngest heavyweight champion? Are you still that guy? Are you a different fighter, or do you still imagine you are what you were?
Well, no, I know, I never lied to myself, but I know I'm good enough.
Jake has described Tyson as his toughest fight to date, admitting the difficulty of facing such a legendary opponent, but he also made it clear that his goal is to knock out a boxing icon. This balance of respect and ambition adds another layer of intensity to the bout.
Strongest he's ever been is what his coaches are saying, and so I know on November 15th it's going to be a war, but I just plan on outboxing him and showing the world what I'm capable of and coming alive in the moment and knocking out one of the best to ever do it.
Coming from Tyson's camp, Coach Rafael Cordero stated that Tyson is in perfect shape mentally and physically with 16 days left. Comparing Tyson's current form to his 2020 bout with Roy Jones Jr., Cordero believes Tyson is even better now at 58 than he was at 54.
I have 16 days till the fight, so 17 days. So we're good, we're good. We're in the perfect time, we're in the perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited, man. We're excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready for it. We talk about Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought Roy. So 4 years later, with 58, he's better than 54. So he saw everything right, everything wrong he did, and he fixed it. This is the beauty of the fight. The energy is good.
Mike Tyson, now 58, continues to unleash powerful punches on the pads, ending sparring sessions by knocking out partners. His determination could even put a younger opponent to shame, making it clear he's coming for Jake with everything he's got.
Aha! And from that I Nice 1, 2, 3. Yes, go again. No emotion. Exactly. I never know it. That's distance. Nice distance. Hey, bro. Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike.
Aware of public scrutiny, Jake anticipates mixed reactions to the fight's outcome. If he wins, some might dismiss his victory due to Tyson's age. Jake understands the stakes well, bracing himself for both praise and critique.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are, wondering, Jake, why are you doing this? Like, even if you beat him, they're going to say, oh, he was old or whatever. But to me, Mike Tyson wanted to fight me. That is an honor.
Cordero praised Tyson's training improvements in defense, power, speed, and endurance, adding Tyson is fully prepared for a great show on November 15th. He emphasized that with just one punch, Tyson could end the fight instantly, proving his readiness on fight night.
He's raising his techniques on the train, better and better every single day. His defense, his power, his speed, his endurance. Today he put everything together, the conditioning, everything that he needs to put a great show on November 15th. The only guarantee that we have, Michael there to kill or die. He gonna hunt this kid like like crazy, and for sure, we just need one touch. If Mike touches his hands, it's over. It's over. And the proves.
Tyson opened up about his motivation, expressing pride in being able to compete at 58. Few boxers draw audiences at his age, selling out entire venues. His words reflect confidence and appreciation for his legacy, showing that he's here not just to fight, but to prove something greater.
And that leads me on nicely to ask you that question as to why we're here now, because we're back. I mean, that I'm talking about a fight that is nearly 40 years ago, Mike.
All right, check this out. Know why we're here now?
Go for it.
58. I'm going to fight in the biggest arena ever, and it's going to be sold out. And who else can do that?
Well, nobody.
Tyson's training routine has left fighters like Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo in awe. Running 4 miles daily and rowing 7,000 strokes in 2 days, Tyson's relentless regimen shows he's preparing to compete at full strength against Jake.
Can you kind of...
I get up in the morning, I do the road work.
How many miles?
The basic was 4 miles. On the treadmill, 4 miles, 5. Because I can't do it outside. People fuck with me.
Yeah.
Right, so I go on the treadmill. And then after that, I do the rower for like, I don't know. I might do, this is on the real too. I might do 3,000 rows. Then come back later, do another 3,000.
Yeah.
Then the next morning, do another 3,000. I got at least 7,000 rows within the a day and a half.
Gilbert Arenas expressed concerns for Jake Paul's safety, hoping safeguards are in place. Although Tyson is 57, Arenas warned that Tyson's punch power is likely far stronger than Jake's, estimating it's 3 times harder, which could be dangerous even with a glancing blow.
I hope there's some stipulations into that clause. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's rules that protects Jake Paul. Because, yeah, he's 57, but is he? Is he really 57? Punching power? Is this punching power 57? No, right? One, he probably hits 3 times harder than Jake Paul can possibly ever hit, right? I will hope Jake Paul is on some type of steroid. I will hope not to punch back Tyson.
In a playful moment, Jake faced his fears by taking a lie detector test with his brother, Logan. The test revealed his nervousness about facing Tyson, proving that even Jake is feeling the weight of going against a legend.
Do you believe that I will actually beat Mike Tyson? Yes. What the fuck?
Do you believe you'll actually beat Mike Tyson?
Yeah. I'm not hooked up to the lie detector.
Well, fucking hook his ass up. All right, Jake Paul. Do you really think that you're gonna beat Mike Tyson?
Yeah. Ooh. Well, I'm nervous.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Tyson recently shared philosophical thoughts on time and reality, describing them as imaginative constructs. Reflecting on the passage of time, he recalled how slowly time seemed to pass as a child compared to now. His introspection adds depth to his character ahead of this monumental fight.
Is all this just a figment of imagination to our mind? This is not real, this is just a figment. You know, we live our life. None of this is real.
Matrix. I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but being kids, right? Time was just forever.
Stop.
Like just like you'd be like in the mall or just doing whatever with your friends. You'd hang out all day, you know?
Summers were long.
Where summers were long. Now life is just a blink, you know?
As you get older, life is cool.
Stipe Miocic expressed excitement for Jake Paul's upcoming fight, predicting that Jake would surprise the world once more. He urged Jake to stay on course and expressed pride and support for him, indicating a loyal fan base in his corner.
I appreciate that. Hey guys, thanks for having me on, and I can't wait for November 15th, man. You're gonna shock the world like you always do, and you know, you got good things coming your way, and you keep doing what you do, brother.
Jake sees the fight with Tyson as a chance to redefine himself beyond his online persona. Many still view him as a YouTuber first and a boxer second, but he's determined to prove his grit in the ring and build an identity based on more than social media fame.
All right, you've come face to face with Tyson a few times already, brother. He hasn't bitten your ears off, so to speak. But has he bitten off more than he can chew with you, though, bro? Your final pitch. Let's go. Roll it out.
Yeah, 1000%. You know, people just think I'm this nice, crazy, smiley social media content creator. I like to have fun. You know, I've always been the class clown, but I'm a killer. This is what I was bred to do.
Mike Tyson stated in a TalkSport interview that he expects Jake to run around the ring and promised to catch and slaughter him if he tries to evade. Tyson's menacing tone makes it clear he's entering the ring with no mercy.
You are famous for saying that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. What are you anticipating when you punch this young man in the mouth?
See him running around, I have to catch him and slaughter him.
Do you fear for him with this? Because you're former undisputed champion. You're Iron Mike Tyson. You know how to throw a punch. You know how to defend yourself. You've just, like you've said, he's an amateur, a novice boxer. Do you fear for him on November the 15th?
Oh, no, because he stepped into the ring. If my mother stepped in...
Roy Jones Jr. shared insights from his previous match with Tyson, expressing confidence in Tyson's defensive skills, but noting age could be a factor. Jones advised Tyson to aim for an early knockout, acknowledging that endurance might become an issue.
No, I don't fear for Mike and how old he is. Mike is a very rugged guy. You know, when I was in there with Mike, Mike still was hard to hit, and Mike still can hit hard as hell. So no reason to really fear for Mike. The only thing I fear for Mike is like if the fight goes beyond 4 or 5 rounds, then it could get problematic for Mike because of his age. But if he doesn't go beyond 4 or 5 rounds, he'll be fine. So I think he'll come out, assess the situation, see how he can deal with Jake's size and Jake's power, because Jake does have power. And after that, he'll make his mind up as to whether he wants to go and try to get him out, or if he feels like he'll be safe to do the whole 8 rounds.
Jake has compared Tyson to Muhammad Ali, highlighting the weight Tyson's name still carries. This respectful comparison raises the stakes, adding an emotional dimension for fans who see Tyson as a symbol of boxing greatness.
4 or 5 rounds, then it could get problematic for Mike because of his age. But if he doesn't go beyond 4 or 5 rounds, he'll be fine. So I think he'll come out, assess the situation, see how he can deal with.
Recently, Jake mocked Tyson in a video wearing a fake belly to imitate the legend. Despite the playful jabs, Tyson remains undistracted, focused on his preparation. In his eyes, Jake's antics are simply the naivety of an inexperienced fighter.
He's a good little fighter, you know, but he only has 10 fights. That's considered an amateur in our field.
A novice boxer, absolutely. And with that in mind, I mean, you are famous for saying that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. What are you anticipating when you punch this young man in the mouth?
See him running around, I have to catch him and slaughter him.
Tyron Woodley gave an analysis, highlighting the balance in the fight due to Tyson's age. He noted that while Jake faces a formidable legend, his relatively younger age could be his advantage. A win would earn Jake respect, while a loss would be justified against a tough opponent.
It's a very even fight, to be honest, and it's even because of the age of Mike Tyson. And it's
okay.
I think it's an even fight because of the age of Mike Tyson. He's completely, obviously, out of his prime. When in his prime, most of his fights were almost attempted murder. So literally, Jake wouldn't have stood a chance. Nobody would even commission or sanction a fight against him and Mike Tyson. And Jake's always on a win-win situation. He's fighting guys that if he loses, you lost to this guy, you lost to Tyron, you lost to Anderson Silva, you lost to Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz or whatever. So he's always in a position where if he wins, he goes up. If he loses, it's like, okay, he took a risk, he took a...
Before the match, Bam Rodriguez expressed concern about Jake's safety, saying that if Tyson catches him, it could be dangerous. Rodriguez believes Tyson still holds potential to be the best in the ring, even now, adding tension to the fight's outcome.
What do you think? I just hope Mike Tyson doesn't get hurt. If Jake Paul goes hard on him, then I think, you know, he has a chance of hurting Mike in a bad way, but I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they just, you know, take it easy on each other, but I mean, it's a cool fight overall. If Mike knocks him out, greatest win of all time? I mean, not the greatest, but it's a big win for Mike.
Frank Warren compared the fight to a car crash that demands attention. While he praised Jake Paul's team as professional and respectful, Warren voiced concerns about a 58-year-old Tyson returning to the ring, expressing discomfort over the matchup.
Next weekend, we're seeing Mike Tyson return to the ring. Will you watch?
Of course I will. It's like watching a car crash, isn't it? That's what we do. People do. That's what it is. You know, I really had the greatest respect for Jake and his team. They're really good people. I've worked with them. They are, and you know, they've been a joy to work with. 58-year-old guys fighting. I'm not a big fan of that. Of course, I'm not a big fan of that, and it shouldn't.
Conor McGregor chimed in with sharp criticism, ridiculing those who would watch the fight, which he dismissed as a spectacle. His remarks add to the growing skepticism within the sports community about the legitimacy of this unusual matchup.
Thoughts on Tyson, Jake Paul? Don't give a bollocks. They're wearing 14-ounce gloves. It's 2-minute rounds, is it? Who gives a bollocks? I hope Mike rattles the little dope. No one gives a about him. How is that even in the in Dallas Stadium? What's going on? Tyson, best of luck, bro. You look in good shape. So you had a little health scare. Don't know what happens on the plane. But you look great now, mate. You look great now, mate.
Jake's bold ambition to become a world champion has sparked mixed reactions. Some view his confidence as inspiring, while others see it as arrogance. This ambition fuels debates over his future in boxing and his place in the sport's competitive landscape.
On November 15th, I will stop him and become the face of boxing. And whether people hate that or love it, they're going to have to accept it because I was born to do this and I will be world champion.
Adam Smith commented on the Tyson versus Paul fight, viewing it more as entertainment than a real competition. He acknowledged the event's large audience appeal, adding that the presence of Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano brings genuine boxing to the mix.
It's entertainment, I guess. A lot of people will be watching it, whether people think Mike Tyson should be in a ring at nearly 60, 30 years on from how we remember him. The magnetism of Iron Mike. I grew up in awe of Mike Tyson. I remember exactly where I was when Buster Douglas knocked him out in Tokyo. That big upset, probably the biggest in modern boxing history still. And all these years later, he finds himself in a ring on Netflix in front of millions against Jake Paul, who has done incredibly well as a YouTuber. I worked with Logan, his brother, who's a very bright guy, and we worked on the KSI fight, and that at Sky was a difficult one for us at the time because the trade fans were opposed to it, but we went along.
Smith expressed mixed emotions about Tyson's return to the ring at nearly 60. Though Jake's involvement adds skepticism, Smith admitted it would draw viewers for its entertainment value. He applauded Taylor and Serrano, seeing them as the fight's authentic athletes.
It is sad in many ways that he's coming back at nearly 60, but it's one of those things that you just can't take your eyes off. You're going to watch it. Jake Paul doing his own thing. It's I don't know, it's cynical for me a little bit, but at the same time, people are going to watch. It's entertainment in quotes. I love the fact that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano have got a terrific fight on the bill. So they're
over 3 years ago, Jake Paul ambitiously told friends he wanted to challenge Tyson. At the time, the idea seemed far-fetched, nearly laughable, but through relentless effort, Jake has turned what once seemed impossible into reality.
I just came up with a crazy idea. Do you think I could beat Mike Tyson? No? Like not even a year from now?
Yo, Mike Tyson just got shit he know how to do, bro. He's just
a dog.
Yeah. Like,
bro, I was just thinking Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. That would be hilarious.
Roy Jones Jr. noted Jake's inexperience, emphasizing how often Jake is seen on social media instead of training. Recently, Jake mocked Tyson by wearing a fake belly to tease him, while Tyson remained unfazed, focusing solely on his intense preparation. Sean Strickland voiced harsh criticism of Jake, ridiculing him for facing an older opponent. His language was laced with curses, making his disdain for the matchup and his dislike for Jake evident.
It's bullshit, man. It's I mean, how old is Mike Tyson? 60?
57.
57.
Jake Paul, you are a disgrace of a man. You are the epitome of weakness. You are the scum of the earth. The fact that you even have a platform or anything of that nature is a slight on society. You truly make me fucking disgusted. And if I ever encounter you in real life, I hope that I just don't lose my shit and go to prison.
Sergio Mora criticized Jake for choosing to fight Tyson, pointing out Tyson's age and recent losses. While Tyson may look strong in brief social media clips, Mora doubts this fight benefits Tyson's legacy.
Mike Tyson, 58. What is that good for boxing? Fighting a Jake Paul who's obviously in I think late 20s.
Look, man, I've always been a critic of Jake Paul and having him fight real fighters and boxers. But fighting a fighter that hasn't fought in over 20 years of Mike Tyson, he got beat, 20 years ago. And
he lost the last 2 fights, got knocked out.
Yeah, he got knocked out the last 2 fights. So at 57, 58 years old, come on, man, you're fighting a senior citizen, and it's not fair. I mean, he can look like a beast, Mike Tyson, for like the 10-second clips that he posts on social media. Anyone could do. I could look like a killer right now on the pads for 10 seconds. But as soon as he turns that camera off, I'm gonna be huffing and puffing and sore. Mike Tyson's not gonna be a good look for his legacy.
YouTuber Mike Rashid expressed skepticism, stating, "There's no way in the multiverse that Mike Tyson can be beat by a guy like Jake Paul." Fans are eagerly awaiting November 15th to see if Jake rises to the challenge or if Tyson's power remains unstoppable.
If Mike Tyson loses to Jake Paul, does it affect his legacy?
There is no possible chance in this universe or the parallel universe or metaverse that it is possible that Jake Paul will beat Mike Tyson. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. If Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson, I will not talk for 3 months. I'll fight, man. I want to fight Jake Paul. I would beat Jake Paul without training. I'm sure somebody in his camp is watching this. Tell them.
No weight training or nothing?
Nothing.
How many rounds?
I would knock him out, probably like 2.
In a message to Tyson, Jake confidently predicted a finish in the 4th or 5th round. Despite his bold claim, he acknowledged the challenge ahead, admitting he's preparing for any powerful punches Tyson might throw.
I mean, my prediction is like a 4th or 5th round knockout. I know he's going to be savage. I know it's going to be a tough couple of rounds. I know I'm going to have to endure damage and go through some pain. He's one of the baddest men to ever do it, but my boxing skills will outshine his, and I'm going to put him to the canvas.
Thanks for watching. If you're as pumped as we are to see Jake Paul take on a legendary Mike Tyson in peak form, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Stay tuned for all the updates and behind the scenes action leading up to this epic showdown.